This broadcast is a presentation of Wcxo Sports. Wcxo Sports, powered by the Union Banner at Union Banner on Facebook. Your sports teams, your community, your radio station. Presents Talkin Sports on Max 96.7. Talkin Sports is powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin Sports is brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College. The future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers, with locations in Breeze and Highland, and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Here's the host of Talkin Sports, Rip Nottmeyer.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Talkin Sports. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio for a Monday. Make that Wednesday. But we are here Mondays now, every Monday and Wednesday, 6 to 7. Saturday mornings, of course, from 9 until 10. Tonight, we're going to visit with Salem football coach Kevin Green, and in the back half, we turn our attention to volleyball McKendree Bearcats coach Nikki Sandlin. Plus, as always, on the midweek edition with the Easy and Travel Sports Flashback, it features college baseball's Matt Hilmes. But off that very top, it's time for Scores and Stuff, brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. They've got you covered round the clock. Here we go on the Tucker Electric guest line to Oakville for Garrett Croney. Garrett, welcome back.
Hey, Rip. Thanks for having me again.
Well, let's get on to some sports, and I guess we'll catch up with the most recent, and that was the Cardinals game this afternoon with the Buccos. I heard a lot of it, didn't get to see any of it, but I do know this. The Pirates tripped up the Albertos 4-3, so they can't pull off that sweep against Pitt.
Yeah, that's definitely a game you'd like to have back, especially a home game against a team that's under 500. And so, but 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
2 out of 3 ain't bad. You do that all the time. You're doing pretty well, and they have been doing. Although they've lost, I believe now they're 5-6 over their last 11. So they've been very mundane, very average as of late, and it's close. It's tight, isn't it?
Yeah, ironically enough, LA's been losing. So the more 500 the Cardinals play, the more ahead they get in the standings. They're 3 games up against LA, I think, and before when they were winning all those games, they were only couldn't get above, game and a half, 2 games.
But now they have slipped because the Dodgers did win this afternoon. They finally beat Cincinnati for the first time all year. 1 out of 7 times they beat the lowly, awful Reds, but they scorched them today, 8-1. So yeah, right now, as we speak, the Redbirds are 2 up on the Dodgers for the second wild card spot in the National League.
It'd be nice to get that first one. I don't necessarily want to go to Milwaukee to have to play that wild card game.
At this point, though, when you're trailing, you just want to get in, of course. You'd love to win the division is best. Yeah, this wild card, the whole flip of the coin thing, period, is just rotten as far as it can't be a best of it can't be a best of 1. It has to be a best of 3. It has to be a series like they play all year, but it's not. So they draw it up and we'll play it. And first things first, they got to get there. A big 4-game series coming up against the Dodgers. So they're all huge, every series, every game. And then Kershaw goes tomorrow. The Cardinals, through the years, different rosters, but they have done pretty well against that sharp lefty.
Yeah, they have, especially in the postseason.
Yes, especially in the post.
Maybe we'll get another sweep.
Woo! That would be super. I'm not counting on that, though, Garrett, but maybe so. Ponce de Leon went to the board today, pitched pretty well over 5 innings, and then, let's see, only 5 more guys backing him up. Myers comes off and off the DL, back up, and he was kind of shaky there. Meanwhile, I tell you what, he's a nice pitcher. Jamison Tyone for the Pirates. He must have looked real good. He sounded good on KMOX, I know that. And he's won 13 games now, just over 3 is his ERA. He's a good find over these last couple of years for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they got some pretty good young arms over in that rotation. I know that Musgrove, he pitched pretty well last night, and he seemed like the Pirates always give us a pretty hard time.
Yeah, Musgrove can be real good, actually. Now they do have Archer in the bag for next year. I don't know. Surely he can flip it around. He's been really good, and he's actually should be just reaching his prime. So there's another what should be a talented pitcher there. And I know I'm leaving somebody out. Who pitched, was it Williams Monday night? He's got some good qualities, too.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I know Chris Archer kind of falls in the Jacob deGrom category. He's got really good stuff, a really good young pitcher, but he's always just been on a bad team. So I don't think the run support has ever been there for him.
Jacob Stallings, of all people, 3 ribbies today. Kind of a seeing eye hit that drove in 2 on one play. Shan described it as a double play ball at first, and he quickly changed and went through for a couple of ribbies. So, anyways, St. Louis falls today. Last night they just glided by the Pirates 11-5. They had 6 in the 8th. But what are we going to do with Luke Weaver except don't pitch him?
I like Luke Weaver. Seems like a pretty good kid, and
he is.
He showed some good stuff early in the year, but at this point, I think going into next year, he's got to be the odd man out in the rotation. And you think a guy like that, he's probably not going to want to accept a full-time bullpen role. So right now, I think he's got to be a trade chip going into the off season.
We'll see how it all breaks down with a veteran like Wayne Wright, who wasn't good the other night. But yeah, Weaver. He didn't even last an inning with a huge lead. He was banged around all over the place, and he didn't even look like he wanted to be out. He's no veteran, Garrett. I mean, he can't just call his shots, man. There are highs and lows, and he needs to get out there and do well, or he'll be out if they make the playoffs. I would, at this point, there's no way he's on that roster. You
wouldn't think, and it's kind of a bummer. I made a tweet earlier in the year when he was really, really good. He was our best pitcher, and I tweeted, Luke Weaver's our ace, and I think ever since then that tweet really came back and bit me in the butt.
Nice going, Garrett.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
I'm the bad luck guy.
Garrett, you can't, those young guys like you, I mean, 1 year doesn't do it. I mean, it doesn't mean squat, really. I mean, everybody gets, as far as the pitchers go, everybody gets more of a look at you, and you got to wait a couple of years before you're really pretty much set with how a guy is going to go as far as on the mound, and even at the plate, really. It takes some time. Everybody wants to be crowned just like that, including managers and so forth, but it doesn't happen like that. It takes some ABs and some innings.
Yeah, definitely. And what did you think about, do you think the Cardinals might have signed Mike Schilt too early?
Yeah, no doubt about it. And that doesn't mean he won't be the right guy for him, and maybe he will, but why? I have no idea why they rushed to it. He wasn't going anywhere. Everybody's after Stubby Clapp. I mean, there's 1 month. A lot of teams have one good month, and it really did. Man, I like Shilton. It's great for Brian Everskirt. That gave him job security, so I'm happy as heck. You know, if you bring in a new regime from outside, all bets are off. But there was no reason to get anxious. Man, let's hurry. But I think, you know, he's an organization guy on their point, and his young players on the team, and they're already paying Matheny. They didn't want to dole out a whole bunch of bucks. They got him for the right price too, so it all fell in order. But no way I would have waited till the end of the month and maybe went with it. No.
There was no reason to, and you got to think too. You know, as much as we like him, this is the same management that stuck with Mike Matheny for about 2 years too long. So it's definitely fair to question the judgment.
And I know I've said it before, of course, but things also, like they traded Cocky Tommy. Dexter Fowler went on the DL, and now he's done. They revamped the bullpen, which is better if used properly. So a lot of things. The timing was good for him, too, because if you remember, he was playing Cocky Tommy and Fowler quite a bit, much too often in place of Bader and Jose Martinez. I don't care and Martinez, is Carpenter a good first baseman or third baseman? No. Jerkel's not a good third baseman. You know, they're average at best. It's no big deal trying to hide a player like Jose Martinez, who isn't as awful as everybody. You have to play your best hitter somewhere. This has been going on for over 100 years.
So it's kind of interesting too, because you know a lot of these younger guys like Colton Wong and Harrison Bader, they're getting to play without having to look over their shoulder. So I think that's why you see these guys playing a lot better. So it'll be interesting to see, though, if they can sustain this through a 162-game year.
Right, that last month, that final one,
yeah.
man, that is tough. Yeah, Bader he's exciting. He stranded him at third today with only one out. DeYoung and Karp struck out. Karp had that backward case, so I'm sure he was griping on that. He gripes a lot.
They've kind of struggled getting guys in. I know against Washington and against I think twice against Washington they had bases loaded with nobody out. It was back-to-back nights. Couple weeks last time they played Washington. Bases loaded, no outs, and couldn't get anyone in. So you almost have to try to not get base runners in when you have bases loaded with no outs.
They might have been 0 for 5 today with runners on third base. I heard most of it, but in and out a bit.
It's nice to see Ozuna finally starting to come around. I saw he got his 80th RBI today.
He has. He's been crushing it now. If he can maintain that, because it's been pretty, average throughout most of the year for what most people expected. Atlanta did win today. Yeah. Houston won again in the American League. Blake Snell took a no-hitter into the 7th for Tampa Bay. They edged Cleveland. And Trevor Richards and the Marlins, they are in a long-time delay at New York, and they might not even get that one rolling. Who knows? Trevor's story, Garrett, he's quite a ball player, isn't he? And he made a little history last night. He added his 40th double of the year. So now he's the first shortstop ever to reach 40 doubles, 30 home runs, and 25 stolen bases in the season. I know there are a lot of combinations and so forth, but that's still pretty steady.
Yeah, it is. That's a heck of a stat line. And I wonder if those stats would be the same if he wasn't playing in Colorado for half the year.
Boy, that's a doubles and triple. You can be a machine out there, but still he's a phenomenal hitter.
Yeah, definitely. Good young player.
Can't take that away. The A's were dealt a big blow. They knew this was coming, but Sean Manaea, he will have arthroscopic surgery on his left shoulder. He threw that no-hitter against Boston way back in April. He's been their best pitcher, and the A's are definitely in the hunt yet, so that's going to really put a dent in their hopes, but they are hanging about.
Good for Oakland. I hope they make a run in the American League. Someone else besides – it's been so predictable the last few years with – the Yankees and the Astros, and it'd be nice to see the Oakland make a run.
They're in decent shape for that second wild card as of now. I think they've won like 88 games. Who in the world would have ever predicted that? You, maybe?
No, definitely not me.
Not me. To college football, the Illini 2-0. Huh? Well, they barely got Kent State, and then they hung one on Western Illinois last week, but a win's a win. They won't start losing for a week or two. Yeah, they might. I don't know what's going to happen against South Florida, but pretty soon it's the Big Ten time, and I don't expect much. So anything above sea level will be good.
Yeah, definitely.
But they need to start winning, don't they, Garrett? I mean, Lovey's been there long enough. Come on.
Yeah, you would think, and the thing is, I don't know if they could find a better coach than Lovey Smith. I mean, that's the guy you bring in, thinking you're going to get these top-notch recruits, and eventually you got to start putting wins together.
Yeah, and why isn't he in it? He should be able to get into Chicago and some of those strongholds. Apparently he's not, unless we see some action sprout up this year next yet. It could be.
Yeah,
we're just underway, but, I mean, I don't know. If he can't do it, they're going to need
the basketball team has the same problem.
I don't get it, Garrett. I don't understand that at all. I mean, there's a lot of good talent that goes elsewhere. I realize that, but there's still a bunch that's hanging around, and the home state should be a good choice for them. But Missouri won again last week. How about SIU and Ole Miss? That was a wild one down 76-41, but the Salukis were actually leading at the half, 38-35. That was an arena game.
Yeah, well, I didn't watch a lot of that game, but I saw it was at one point. It was in the second half. It was like 38-42, and then I heard the final score. It was almost had 80 points. And I was like, "That's maybe need to tighten up the defense a little bit."
I can't imagine, unless Ole Miss gets some stuff squared away, what their fate's going to be like in the SEC if they give up that many points to the Dogs. I mean, I'm for SIU, but come on.
Yeah, you start playing Alabama. You really imagine what's going to happen.
Woo! Of course, they're treading on it lightly down there anyway. Royce Newman, I understand he saw some action on the offensive line, right? Did you catch?
Yes.
Okay. He's second string. He's second on the depth chart, isn't he?
I'm not real sure about that.
He's got plenty of time down there. Big guy, works hard.
Yeah, I think
he'll be fine.
Big athletic guy. Played tight end in high school, so
he'll do
definitely find a use for a guy like that.
He'll do. I remember seeing him last year at I guess it was at the Mater Day tournament. I mean, he was big in high school, but that wow, he's stacked. He's sturdy.
He's a big guy.
Alabama. So Tua's the guy, isn't he? Jalen Hurts is. You can't go wrong with either one.
It's definitely nice to know you got a guy like Jalen Hurts sitting on the sideline, though, if anything were to happen.
Wasn't he 26-2 as a starter in his first 2 years? And then he got benched. I never thought, of course, Saban, he knows what a recovery by Bama to win that championship with Hurts on the bench. I never would have thought that would have worked out. But
did you happen to see that interview with the Nick Saban had with the ESPN sideline reporter after the first game?
Yes.
He just blew up.
Yeah, but he always does. What do they expect? If she can't handle that, get out. That was nothing.
Yeah.
That was nothing. ESPN and her Maria Taylor, isn't it? Is that right?
Yeah.
Nice young gal and all that, but that was minor. I'm surprised he apologized. I never would.
Could have been a lot
really
worse.
shocked.
I'm surprised he apologized too. Even if we've seen a lot worse from Nick Saban where he hasn't apologized. So
much worse and nasty. That was. Besides, he gets asked that question all the time, constantly. Can you think of something else? Some of these reporters are so dumb. Think a little bit. Be unique, you know?
Yeah. Even if Nick Saban, even if he's thinking that Tua is better than Jalen, he would never go on television, or any coach, coach would ever go on television and say this guy's better than this guy. That's not going to happen. That's
another reason he was a bit angry on a nationally televised game. Basically, he wasn't. You trying to trip me up here? They don't. A guy like him doesn't. He doesn't go for that stuff. The NFL, anything of a highlight or two come your way? Anything strike you? The Browns didn't lose, huh?
Yeah, they tied my Steelers.
Oh, you're a Steelers fan?
I am a Steelers fan. I guess.
That must have been
Le'Veon
disappointing.
Bell still hasn't reported.
No.
So.
No.
There's a lot going on.
Going on. Huh?
Yeah, no. The most Cleveland thing ever is to end the losing streak with a tie.
That is pretty amazing.
I wonder if I wonder if they opened up those coolers of Bud Light. I don't know if you saw that or not.
Don't you have to win?
Yeah, you have to win. Yeah. But I don't know. They didn't lose either, so I don't know if they opened up the.
Yeah, I didn't see any follow up. I did see the whole spiel on that, but yeah, I'm pretty sure they have to win. I don't think it said end their losing streak. Otherwise, that would be. But then Sam Darnold.
I just know that's their best start since 2004. 0-0-1.
1-31 over the last 2 years. Sam Darnold struck it up for a rout against those Detroit Lions. I'm not watching, but I follow through obviously highlights and I hear and I catch some things. But I'm not watching again. But got to keep track of some. We're talking sports and all these great. And you love it. That's great. It's a bunch of opinions floating around. Hey, hockey. The Blues open hockey camp tomorrow. I know you're a Hawks fan, aren't you?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Do they start actually Friday? Did I say tomorrow? Do the Blackhawks take the ice Friday too, or maybe a day earlier?
Pretty, around the same time. I know they just finished up with. I think they had. I don't know if it was prospect camp or not, but they had some games going on in Traverse City and went 2-2. So I don't know if that's what kind of competition's up there, but it'll be an interesting year to say the least for both teams. Yeah,
mainly the younger set, I guess. But that's pretty cool, and they got some more experience and everything else. But hey, finally, I don't know. Do you catch any tennis? You interested in any of that? Did you? In other words, did you watch? Yeah.
I saw the Serena Williams, the outburst.
I love that.
Never a dull moment.
I thoroughly love. Well, actually, I didn't like that because she took in the overall because. She flat stole the whole show from Naomi Osaka, the 20-year-old Japanese who won. She won, and she took all the slam, all the credit away. She overshadowed everything she did. She got beat. She got whipped in 2 sets.
Yeah, that's especially for a young girl like that. That could ruin her confidence going forward.
Well,
beat Serena Williams, and you still don't get the attention.
No, she felt like she had to apologize because she's young. She doesn't know any better along those lines. But that was terrible what she did to. And every time she loses, pretty much Serena, the lovely Serena, does blow up. She's not a good loser. She flat got baffled. Go home. Hey.
Doesn't happen very much, but
no, it doesn't. But I enjoy it every time it happens. Anything else, Garrett? No, maybe.
High school sports, high school basketball right around the corner.
Oh, it's amazing. Football already into the fourth week, and it won't be long for basketball either. You're right. Hey, thanks for coming on. We'll do it again sometime.
All right, Rip. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir. Garrett Croney from Oakville and Talking Sports. That segment brought to you by Isaac Auto Body in Carlisle. See them for 24-hour towing and collision repair. Still to come, Kevin Green and Nikki Sandlin. And on the other side, actually, we're going to slip into flashback before Kevin. Come on back. Talking Sports is where we're at on a, Wednesday.
A free event for the whole community? Yep, that's right. This is Colby with K&J Chevrolet in Carlisle, and I'm inviting you and your family to our first ever community appreciation event on Saturday. The Rainbow Ranch Petting Zoo and inflatable bounce house with slide will be available for all to enjoy, plus face painting, lunch, and more. So come check it out from 10:30 to 1. We're located just west of Carlisle on Old Route 50. K&J Chevrolet, your Clinton County Chevrolet and Silverado headquarters.
Farmers State Bank is dedicated to the communities they serve. They've been making home loans for over 100 years. They are and will continue to be a strong, steady, common sense leader that's always focused on what's best for you and the community. And remember, Farmers State Bank has loan professionals standing by to assist you in making the right decision for your needs. That's Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City, and Hoyleton. An equal housing lender, member FDIC, NMLS number 404955. Need insurance? Insurance you can really count on? If so, turn to Dan Imming at Imming Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Dan and his staff will provide you with the insurance coverage and service you deserve. Whether it's auto, home, life, health, or commercial, your choices aren't limited either. Imming Insurance Agency represents many outstanding companies, so get covered by the best. Call Imming Insurance Agency at 594-4536 or stop by 589 9th Street in Carlisle. Imming Insurance Agency, a proud supporter of Clinton County sports.
Hey, it's Bill on the road from Mornings with Scott and Casey. You hear me talking each week about travel, and one of my favorite things about driving across America is finding great food. And lucky for you, Mama's on the Hill in St. Louis is a super easy road trip destination. Authentic Italian favorites like baked lasagna, spaghetti, and tortellini, thin crust St. Louis-style pizza, and yes, Mama's on the Hill is the birthplace of toasted ravioli. Check out their menu online at mamasonthehill.com. Mama's on the Hill, on the Hill in St. Louis.
Flying in the face of conventional wisdom.
There's no rules and no laws and lots of litter.
Every day.
This is Max 96.7.
Hello again, everybody. Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Not sure if Trevor Richards will get off the nod tonight or not because of weather problems in the Big Apple. I do want to catch you up to this. I believe I mentioned it Saturday, but Josh Tolley, his season is over with the AA Erie Seawolves of the Detroit organization, the Tigers AA club, obviously, and he went 21 games behind the plate, lashed out a home run, drove in 10 runs, and hit .238 on the campaign, and we'll see what his future holds. Josh Tolley. The time is 6:24. That time drop is brought to you by Zirin Funeral Home right here in Carlisle. Here's an early sports flashback.
It's Flashback.
Get ready to flash back with the Meadow Screen Printing and Signs Sports Flashback. Meadow Screen Printing and Signs on Broadway in Trenton. Call 224-7374.
Yeah, I like that. Ben, you like that? That's good. That's different. That's good. That's entertainment. And Mel, it's great to hear your voice again, as always. Meadows, welcome aboard. Hey, this is from May 26th of this year. It's Quincy Hawks baseball player, Carlisle's own, Matt Hilmas, on his collegiate career. Matt was a regular for 3 of the 4 years. And what about this year's stats at 240? And just quickly, 12 doubles, 3 homers, 24 RBIs.
Yeah, I kind of changed my approach. My junior year, I was trying to just hit a lot of home runs. I wasn't
launch
like
angle?
That. Yeah, well, I'm not much of a launch angle guy. But you try to get too big, and I always grew up being a doubles guy.
Yeah,
and I only
gapper.
had one double my junior year, like one out of, and I had 5 home runs, but I had no like gap present ever. So this year I really focused on just hitting low, hard line drives and just try to shoot the gaps, and I had 12, which, I mean, I'm pretty satisfied with that. And
that's still, I think, the hitting approach. Hit line drives, hit for the gaps, and then if you elevate and it goes out, it goes out.
Exactly.
But stuff has really changed at the pro level for sure. But really, the last 3 years, you were, as far as you were consistent at the plate. It looked like to me, actually higher average as a sophomore, huh? But
yeah,
you was just DH, and you didn't have to worry about that outfield juggling around. At least at the start of the year.
Yeah, it was funny. My buddy Troy, he DH'd junior year, and I always told him he had a better average his junior year than he did this year. And I always told him, I said, I seriously think as a DH, you get at least 30 points more higher on your batting average, no doubt. Just not doing it. All you got to focus on is hitting. It's easy. It's easy to do that.
And you were, I remember when we had you on, I think you weren't sure there was a all-league designated hitter, but you were named as that DH, weren't you?
Yeah, my sophomore year. Yeah, that was yeah, I didn't
because we came in here and talked, and I just found out. I had no idea.
Yeah, I had no idea. I mean, I thought that would just be more of a position player kind of thing, but yeah, they give out first team DH, and I was fortunate enough my sophomore year to get that.
Thank you, Matt. He's always, and he had a really solid 4 years over there, and hit the ball well. Yeah. All-conference DH that one season, so all is good. So there's the early frame of the sports flashback. We're going to carry on right about now. We kick the Tucker Electric guest line another time, this time for Marion County and Salem Wildcats football coach Kevin Green. Kevin, welcome back.
Thank you. Appreciate you having me on.
You are ready. 3 games deep into the season. We're a third through, and the Wildcats are 1-2 after a loss to an outstanding Columbia Eagles team. They always are. That took place last Thursday over at Jim Finks Field.
Yeah, I did. Columbia's, I think they had a pretty good wide receiver and running back last year that were really, really good. The one young man's a walk-on at U of I this year, the Holmes kid. But
he was he was good, as you mentioned it, Kevin.
He was good. I think from top to bottom, though, as far as a team goes, I think they're better this year than what they were. They don't have those guys, but Coach Horner's got a great group. They do a great job over there, and they're going to be a tough mark for anybody.
Let's see. One of his sons, was he quarterback? Is that Nick? Was he?
Yeah, he has one of his boys is the quarterback. Does a real nice job distributing the ball. Can hurt you with his feet a little bit, and the other young man is a wide receiver, defensive back. He kicks, he punts. They've got a pretty good Horner connection going over there between the coach and his 2 boys, and they're juniors, so they'll be back next year, which is not exciting for us by any means.
The Twins, and then he gets advice from his dad Tom, who was a terrific coach and a former Salem grad many years ago. What a quarterback he was!
Yeah, he's in our Hall of Fame. I walk by his picture every day when I come into school. So
super guy.
Yep.
They won it 35-6, but from what I read and heard and so forth, I know you feel it was a much closer game than that outcome reflects.
Yeah, it was. I mean, it was 14-6 at halftime. I think we were down 21-6 going into the fourth quarter. Had a couple chances to cut it down and tie it up, or cut it to a 1-score game in the second half. I don't know exactly how to put it. I mean, we were pleased with how our kids played in certain facets. I think the biggest thing we told our kids after the game was, it's just at some point we've got to quit being surprised that we can play with teams like that and start making those plays that change the outcome of the game. And felt like we've battled that here for several years. We've been competitive with some teams that have traditionally been better than us, and we find ourselves in the game, and it's like, holy crap, we're playing with this team, and before we know it, we've missed some opportunities to win the game. And that's, I think, kind of been our theme this week, is just trying to challenge our kids to not be surprised that we can play with anybody. We really worked hard on our athleticism. Our team speed is very good. We did not feel like they got quick this last week. And, it's just having some confidence in what we can do, and hopefully we'll be able to start turning the corner with that.
I understand. Makes complete sense. I'll say this much too. You faced, I know Centralia is not in that win column yet, but you faced 3 quality teams through weeks 1, 2, and 3, and that was an impressive Shrine game victory for you at Centralia.
Yeah, it was. I mean, that game, it doesn't matter who's got who. I mean, it's always going to be a tough ball game, and I think they're experiencing some lineup issues right now, and I think they've got some quarterback issues that they're trying to get figured out. And but I mean, it's at the same time we've been in that situation too, and they've taken advantage of us at times too. So, but our kids played well. They've got tremendous team speed as they always do, and I have no doubt Coach Bernice is going to get that thing figured out. There's no doubt. And Coach Short at Bree Central, they've always got a good club. They're always really, really good up front and play great defense, and they are again this year. And we felt like that was a game that could have been more competitive than it was. We were really disappointed with how we played that night. But again, a lot of that had to do with their kids too. So, played better last week against a good Columbia team. And we're just trying to get better this week in a, tough road game all the way over at Redbud. And they've got another nice team this year. So we'll see what happens.
They really do. I saw them play last Friday here at Carlisle. And Central, you were just Nick, a part in that one too. You had that long lightning delay. I know Coach Shart, we had him on the Saturday after, so day after, whatever the case may be, and he felt that might have helped them a little bit. But you never know. I don't suppose, but
no, you don't, and it's like we said. I mean, the lightning delays. Whoever had the momentum, it's going to hurt. And we had the game cut to a 1-score game. We were driving, had a nice little drive going, and they decided to delay it, and that hurt us a little bit, I think, and gave them a chance to kind of regroup. We kind of felt like we had them on their heels a little bit, conditioning-wise and that. But, again, both teams got to deal with it, and their kids did a great job coming out and taking advantage of it. And just learning experience, try to learn from it and move on.
It is the case, though, just as in baseball. If you're riding on a 5-6 game winning streak, you don't want to get rained out that next night. You want to play almost in any condition. And it sounds like you were kind of in that same situation there. Don't stop it now, man. Let us roll at least through this.
Yeah, exactly.
Through this,
exactly. Yeah, exactly right. So
through this possession, but hey, you're headed in the right direction. You have been, though. You had but 2 wins a season ago, and I know. You lost some star power. Speaking of Centralian, well, of course, Javon Williams. Hey, that's a big dent right there, man among boys. But you're without some star power from a year ago, too. Didn't you lose your QB and some other leading skill players, rushers and receivers and such?
Yeah, we lost all of our offensive skill players, basically. Our quarterback, record setter in yardage, Nate Roth, had been a 3-year starter for us. And then Caden Ware and Nick Rexilius, 2 pretty quality receivers. And Artie Salimi was our leading rusher. So we lost our top 2 receivers, our quarterback, leading quarterback of 3 years, and then our top rusher. So, we're trying to find our way right now offensively a little bit. We do have some kids back up front that helps us. And our quarterback's doing a really good job. Rylan Quinn's a junior, and he's really doing a good job of distributing the ball, not getting us in trouble with turnovers. I think he's had 1 interception in 3 games, and just really doing a good job running our offense. And we're going to find our way. We've got some kids that can do some things with the ball. When you're replacing that many guys, it's a work in progress. And I think our kids are doing a really good job of finding out what we need to find out to get the ball to where it needs to be. So,
Quinn, a junior, right? So he just has JV experience coming into the season.
Yes. He got a handful of snaps at the end of games last year.
Right.
But, just JV experience. So that changes things a lot, for him. I mean, guys on the other side come after you an awful lot faster on Friday nights at 7:00 than they do on Monday nights. So,
amazing, isn't it?
He's had some growing pains there, but he's really handled it straight. He's a tremendous leader and a very positive kid. And, just always, his positive attitude has been very infectious on our offense. When kids make mistakes, he's the first one there to pick them up. When he makes a mistake, he owns up to it right away. He's the first one to say it was mine. Let's move on. And, that kind of stuff goes a long ways when you're trying to find your way as an offense.
As far as out of the backfield, Cole Graham, is he the main man? I see we have a Trent Green on this team. I would imagine that's your son. I believe I've heard that.
Yeah, we'll claim him once in a while.
Oh, yeah.
But Cole Graham is a junior as well. He's our main runner. He's done a great job. Again, not a lot of varsity snaps last year, so the guys fill the hole a little bit faster on Friday night. So he's had some growing pains too, but he's really coming along and done a good job. He's a physical kid, has good speed outside the edge. Trevor Green is my son. He plays middle linebacker for us, but he also gets some time at fullback, more of a blocker.
Yeah. Okay.
Eric Brubaker is a senior. He plays an awful lot of fullback for us and does a really good job. He can catch the ball out of the backfield and runs it a little bit. So, we've got some capable guys back there. It's just getting them used to playing at that varsity level and, playing consistently from down to down. At the JV level, you don't get hit every play like you do on Friday nights, and getting them, getting their bodies and their minds ready for that type of physical conditioning is really as much a part of it as it is getting them used to the scheme and that kind of thing.
But you've got some options back there. It does sound like with Brubaker, Trent, and Graham, and clue us in on Jacob. Is it Harness as far as one of the wideouts who's doing a really nice job?
Yeah, Jake, was one of those guys that was kind of overshadowed a little bit last year by Caden and Nick. And, he's a kid that we try to get the ball to in different ways. We'll put him in the backfield a little bit, split him out, and, he punts and, returns kicks and punts for us as well. So he's a very good athlete. And, he's done a really good job of filling in that leading receiver role for us. And it's made it a little bit easier on Ryland, kind of having some confidence in him that he can get open, he can go get the ball when it's out there, and it's not a perfect throw and that kind of thing. So Jake's done a great job.
I know you're proud, and you are of others and so forth, but Cole Stewart comes to mind with the SIU Saluk. He's now a redshirt freshman, and that's great for your program, for Scott and his wife, and so forth. It's pretty cool.
Well, it's the thing I would say to that is good things happen to good kids who work their tails off and love the game. And that kind of encompasses everything about Cole. He works unbelievably hard. He's very coachable, and he loves the game of football, loves his teammates. And, the Salukis are getting a little bit of a taste of that right now. An unselfish guy. They had an injury to their long snapper earlier in the season, so he was kind of the number 2 guy there. He stepped in and has done a great job for them. And, it makes it special to watch that game last weekend. They're playing on an SEC field right toe-to-toe with Miss Ole Miss for half, and seeing number 48 run out there is pretty cool. I've been doing this 20 years. I've never had a young man play at that level before. So, speaking from a coach's standpoint, it obviously makes you very proud. And
exactly,
I know his mom and dad love every bit of it, and they've got an exciting few years ahead of them with that program. So
really do. And the redshirt year was great for him. That's gonna
agree,
be a big benefit. Okay, you have let's see, Redbud over there Friday.
Yep.
Okay, good luck. Another Kokia Conference encounter. It's not easy splashing through that league, is it?
No, none of them are easy. A lot of them are all well coached, and they're going to have depth. They're going to have kids that can play, and they've got a running back, several linemen back. They moved a wide receiver from last year to a quarterback who's doing an outstanding job for them. They're going to be very, very tough mark for us. Their kids up front are very physical, and I know our kids are looking forward to the challenge. We felt like they really got the best of us last year when they came over here. So, we're going to try and up our level of play a little bit here and go toe-to-toe with them. But it'll be a huge challenge. Long bus ride for us. But we've had a good week of practice so far, and I think our kids are ready for the challenge.
Good luck to you against the Musketeers. We'll see you at Carlisle later, and we'll have you on board Talking Sports another time for sure.
Sounds good. I appreciate you having me. Thanks a lot.
All right. See ya. Coach Kevin Green, who's a busy guy for sure. Thanks for a few minutes from him. Let's spin the dial, and then we'll return with something. And Nikki Sandlin from the McHenry Volleyball Bearcats is also due up a bit later on in the program.
It's the first ever Nissan Truck Month at Munkin Nissan in Centralia with a 2018 Nissan Titan XD JN534779, stock number N18138 in your driveway for $51,560. That's $9,500 off MSRP. For more, visit MunkinNissan.com.
From my family to yours, with guaranteed satisfaction. Munkin's the one. Munkin's the one.
Moving forward requires taking that first step. And when it comes to your future, your first step should be Kaskaskia College. With more than 50 degrees and 100 certificate programs, Kaskaskia College can prepare you for a great career, your next promotion, or set you on your educational path. Life is too short to wait. Take your first step to success with Kaskaskia College. Learn more today. Call 545-3040 or kaskaskia.edu.
Insuring your home and auto with Pekin Insurance equals a sizable discount. Farmer State Bank Insurance Department may save you as much as 30% on homeowners premiums and up to 15% on auto premiums if you insure both with Pekin Insurance. Call Farmer State Bank Insurance Department at 495-2965 for details about multi-policy discounts and learn what beyond the expected coverage and savings are all about.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal government agency, not guaranteed by the bank, may go down in value.
If you love quality handcrafted wines, visit 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. You'll enjoy the fruit flavors of their wines while relaxing in a beautiful country setting with family and friends. The Reserve Wine List humbly wears the label of the grapes grown in the family-owned vineyard. 12 Oaks Vineyard is open for tastings from 1 until 6 every Saturday and Sunday or by appointment at 594-7459. 12 Oaks Vineyard at 18975 Vogel Road, just 3 miles south of Carlisle, and at 12oaksvineyard.com.
Scientists say the universe is random.
Why should your radio station be any different?
You've got Max 96.7.
Rip here, the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Remember now, every Tuesday, such as yesterday, check out my Facebook timeline for the Brett's Wildlife Talking Sports poll. The latest is, well, here's the flat question. What's your most treasured sports autograph? ABC, it goes from there with your choices. We're coming up soon with Nikki Stanlin.
Get mouth-watering flavor at a jaw-dropping price at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's. Charbroiled sliders are starting at just $1.25. Get them as a single or get them as a double. And get as many as you want. Plus, enjoy the entire Red Burrito menu. And tomorrow morning, try the new made-from-scratch honey butter biscuits. Get unhungry now at your Breeze and Carlisle Hardee's.
Reverman Chiropractic in Breeze would like to say thank you to our patients, staff, and local healthcare professionals for their continued support and cooperation as we celebrate 10 years in business. At Reverman Chiropractic, our focus is to work with you, the patient, and your other healthcare providers to deliver the best and most effective care possible. Please take advantage of our evening and weekend hours and call 526-4700 to schedule an appointment with Dr. Craig Reverman or Dr. Travis Isaac.
Find the perfect car, truck, SUV, or crossover that fits your budget at Breeze Motor Sales on Old Route 50 in Breeze. Breeze Motor Sales offering new 2018 Ford vehicles and a wide pre-owned selection too. Breeze Motor Sales has kept your vehicles in tip-top shape with genuine Ford parts for over 100 years. On Old Route 50 in Breeze and online at breezemotorsales.com. Breeze Motor Sales, your family dealer since 1913.
Reekman Brothers Farm Equipment has locations in Oakville, Centralia, and Breeze. Reekman Brothers sells the finest John Deere tractors, plus lawn and garden equipment and accessories. Reekman Brothers has been a part of the farming industry for over 83 years. Call Reekman Brothers for farm machinery and farmland auction services. 243-6186. Reekman Brothers, your John Deere dealer.
What were we thinking when we designed the station? I'll tell you. We were thinking it takes all sorts to make a world.
Max 96.7.
Hey, Rip here in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio on this Wednesday night. We've got a hustle. I do want to remember this too, okay? While we're thinking about stuff, all these shows can be heard live right here, of course, on Max 96.7 and also on Wcxo967.com or on delay at riptalkingsports.com. We're going to go to the net with Nikki Sandlin after these.
Planning a remodel or building a new home? Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton can get you started. Ideal Home Solutions has quartz, granite, solid surface, and laminate, with granite starting at just $49 per square foot. Ideal Home Solutions proudly sells Haas cabinets and specializes in custom showers, any size to fit your space. From tubs, whirlpools, vanity tops, windowsills, you're covered. Schedule a free in-home estimate today, 224-2500, or see their showroom at 102 West Broadway in Trenton.
Seaver Brothers has what you're looking for. Take a spin with Seaver Brothers and drive home in your new or pre-owned Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, or Dodge truck today. Let Seaver Brothers give you the car buying experience that no other dealership can offer. Seaver Brothers stands behind their products and also has an outstanding service department with qualified technicians to keep your vehicles running strong. Stop by Seaver Brothers, 811 Washington Street in Carlisle, or call 594-2624 for your next Seaver Brothers sales associate.
McKendree University is a great place to continue your sports career. It's also a great place to continue your education. McKendree offers a wide range of degrees, including master's degrees in business, nursing, education, and professional counseling. If you'd like, you can access McKendree's quality education through the flexibility of online degrees. To learn more about McKendree, log on to McKendreeOnline.com or call 1-800-BEARCAT. McKendree University is ready when you are.
Southern Bus and Mobility is your Braun Ability dealer in Breeze. Braun Ability features the broadest lineup of wheelchair-accessible vehicles with more brands, entry types, features, and price points than any other manufacturer in the industry. See for yourself at Southern Bus and Mobility why a new or certified pre-owned wheelchair-accessible Braun Ability vehicle is the only way to go. Call 526-4131 or stop by just east of Breeze on Old Route 50.
Remember what it was like to expect the unexpected?
I never realized it was so complex.
Guess what? The feeling's back.
You're on Max.
We are back to in the Carlisle Meat Market Studio. Let's trip around the Tucker Electric guest line for one more shot tonight. Off we go for McKendree Bearcats volleyball coach, Nikki Sandlin. Nikki, welcome back.
It's great to be back. Thanks for having me again.
Hey, and you earned a great victory last night, too. Congratulations as you beat the University of Southern Indiana in 4.
Yeah, it was good to get a win after it's kind of a tough weekend, and the girls really kind of took ownership in that prep, and that's their W. They earned it.
Yeah, you did end a 2-match losing streak, so that victory came at an opportune time, and that was just the second Great Lakes Valley Conference match of this very young season, 1-1 in the early count. How'd you guys do in league play last year? I can't remember, Nikki.
We were 16-2 overall, and we finished second, and that was pretty a high note. We had Amanda Geiger and Rayla Williams, and they were 2 All-Americans for us, so that's some definite big shoes to fill. But right now we're picked preseason 4th, and we're just taking it one match at a time.
Yeah, Amanda, we had her on late in the year because she's one of those area kids, and yeah, that was a good group, and you went pretty far in the post.
Yeah, we lost the first round in the tournament, and but we made it. That's really kind of all that is, so that's a compliment for us.
Yeah, sort of take your chances there, and the draws can be tough. Who knows, right?
Exactly. You never know who you're going to get at that point in time.
But 16 of 18 in league play. And what was the overall record, Nikki?
23-9.
23-9 against stiff competition as always inside the Great Lakes and out. So what about the play? Well, first of all, you had the victory last night. Ahead of that, though, you always start out with some preseason tournaments, 2 or 3. In your case, I believe you had a couple. You're up in Springfield, Illinois. You split a 4-match session up there.
Yeah, we always start pretty tough. You want to kind of see how you match up with some of the country's best. The first tournament in Springfield was really tough. They had some great competition with Northern Michigan and Missouri Western. So they're really tough. And then we played some great matchups from the GMAC, and we came out 2-2. So that was a big thing for us because we have a pretty young group. And we went down and saw some teams from Florida. And,
nice.
Flagler went to the tournament. Eckerd went to the tournament. They were really great competition, and we came out 2-2.
2-2, and you just happened to be in Daytona Beach, Florida. Nice, huh? Get a little beach time.
Yeah, we were right across from the Daytona Speedway.
Oh, really? Well, it's been years since I've been down there, but
Yeah, it was really nice.
Do remember some good times. So you picked out a nice spot there. So, and all of this preps you for the season with what in this case really only, well, just one non-league game, but because you head square into conference play. But that's what you want to do. Hopefully, come out of tournaments like this better and more prepared.
We were definitely more prepared coming out of that because that's very, very strong competition down there, especially with teams that have been to the tournament before and they're senior heavy. So for our kind of young, we're a little inexperienced. For our group this year, that was definitely kind of eye-opening to see, like, this is how you need to compete to be at the top level.
5-6 overall in the season, Nikki?
Yep, that's correct.
And I'm assuming the conference, you're just 2 matches into that, but it'll be really, really solid again. Are you one of the favorites, especially coming off last year's slate?
Lewis is picked first, then Rockhurst, who we actually play this weekend, and then we have Springfield, who we just lost to on Saturday. And we're preseason picked top 4, so we definitely are taking it one match at a time.
Preseason top 4, though, so as they should, they're giving you a lot of respect. The program is doing well through the eyes of everybody in the conference.
Yeah, that's such a really big honor that your peers, after losing such, amazing talent, that they still have that confidence level in your team and they respect the product.
Now, it seems like it varies a little, maybe not as far as the GLVC and others too, but does everybody get in your conference tournament, or how's that break down?
No, it's actually only top 8. So right now we have 14 teams. Yep, 14 teams in the GLVC, and then Southwest Baptist and Benedictine out of the Chicago area will be in the next couple of years, so they'll put us back at 16, but it's still top 8.
Oh, okay, yeah, we've had a little fluctuation there, and maybe all the sports then, 14, 15, 16. So you're going to expand again, though, and notch it back up.
Yep, they're going to get right back to 16, so we kind of have to figure out those travel partners and those matchups, but it'll still be top 8. Oh, my good. I like that top myself. I like when teams have to earn their way in. You just don't get them because you're in the league. You have to accomplish something. That sounds right to me. I think that's the way it ought to be. But I'm not in charge, Nikki, exactly.
of course. But now who's
Every
playing?
Every match is important.
Yeah, who's playing? Apparently, a lot of kids are. But who's really playing solid volleyball for you just through this stage of the schedule, Nikki?
We got a local product, who you know of, Kelly Voss.
Yeah, spring it on. It's all about her. Tell us.
Oh, yes. Kelly Voss was our libero last year, and she's now transitioned back to the outside. And she actually had a really good showing this past weekend. She had 19 kills versus UIS, and then I believe she had probably 14 last night. And she's really kind of coming into her own this junior season, and she stepped her game up, especially after she was in a different role last year. She's one of our go-to passers, and she keeps us in system.
Boy, versatile. She can do it all, huh?
Oh, yeah, she can do it all. And then we have a senior all-conference setter, Morgan Melchert from Iowa, who's one of our captains and definitely a leader for us. So it's really nice to see her to kind of step back up and see what she can do. And then we actually have some more contribution from another local product, and Annika Beal. She's from Althoff, and freshman getting some playing time. So it's really nice to see her to find a role.
Althoff, who's had some incredible teams through the years, and Kelly, as I just peer through the stats here, she's right. Well, she's second, a close second in kills at over 3 a set, and she's in the mix in serving and second in setting. Of course, Melchert is right there, but Kelly's all over the place defensively too. So that's great. We love to see those locals succeed.
Yeah, it's really nice to see her kind of find her confidence in her. She is now officially an upperclassman. So it's really nice. I feel like she just got there, but it's really nice to see her come to her own this year. And you can see with every match she gets more and more confident.
The lineup, has it been pretty much the same from the outset, or have you made a few switches?
Ellie Russell, who's actually from Festus, which is at least in the kind of the metro area.
Right.
She is stepping right back into her role on the outside, but she has to carry a little more weight because definitely we were very senior heavy last year, upperclassmen heavy, and now it's time for her to step up her sophomore year and provide a bigger role for us.
Megan Marks, we talked about her yet? I know she had a good night against Southern?
Oh yeah, Megan Mark. She's from Wisconsin, definitely a Midwest product, and she started for us last year. But you can see with all these girls, such as her and Kelly, came in the same class. They mature and they grow over time, and it's really, they're both kind of quiet girls, and it's really nice to see them kind of come out of their shell and really shine in some of these matches. So it's definitely a good representation of the Midwest.
Nikki Sandlin with us, the coach of the McKendree Volleyball Bearcats. You do have a pretty good mix as it pertains to different states represented, don't you? And I think I remember you talking about, yeah, they're both sophomores. Is Alex still on? Is it Tinnen along with Ellie Russell?
Yep, Alex.
Both from Festus?
Alex Tinnen, she's also from Festus, so she's doing a good job for us as well. She's a defensive specialist in that role for us.
But you have Colorado representing, Kansas and Iowa, Arizona, Texas. They're all around. That's what you have to do, though, in Division II at this level, don't you?
Oh, yeah. Well, next year when we'll just say when the names come out in November, we definitely have some local girls that are going to do a great job contributing for us. So we'll just wait till November to hear who they are.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, you're always recruiting, of course. Hey, how about the size? I know you have one or two, 6'2", 6'1", maybe a 6'4" as well. So how's that compared to other squads you face?
We're actually one of the bigger teams, and that's kind of been traditionally how we've been in the past. I don't know if you remember Sophie Fairman. She was from Staunton, just a phenomenal athlete, but she had size. And we're definitely on the larger side. So that helps a lot. You can't teach tall.
No, you can't. You can't teach tall and really speed. And back to, you have 4 freshmen, right? So how are they, most of those, taking to the Division II level on big springboard from high school to this?
It's such a big transition, especially, learning the tricks of the trade. Hope Gramley, she's from Texas, and she's really kind of sparked for us. She made the Springfield All-Tournament team, the only freshman on there, and she led the entire tournament points. So she's
incredible.
She's finding her feet. She's kind of acclimating, and she happens to also be a bowler, a top-notch bowler at that.
Oh, is
so
she?
It's kind of funny. You kind of see a 6'2" young lady who's also, killing you in the bowling lane.
She's halfway down the lane.
Oh yeah, it's pretty special. But she's taken on just fine, and we actually have a sibling pair. McKenna Ross is the sibling. She's from Phoenix, Arizona. She's a sibling of one of the men's players, Patrick Ross. So it's really a huge compliment that your sister decided to come and play too. So you must have said great things.
A recruiting coup for you because you coach both teams.
Yes, I do.
Have I asked you before? Does anybody else in the country do that?
Right now, there's some at the Division III level, but at the Division I, II level, it's just me.
It's just you. I don't doubt it. That's a tough. You talk about a full year for sure. But and then of course, that other freshman, the Beal and stuff. So all that's good. But let's see, Nikki. Now, how long have you been at McKendree as the women's coach?
I want to say I'm going into my 7th or 8th season, so I've been there for a good amount of time.
But longer on the men's side, was it? Or at least you had to start that program from scratch, didn't you?
Yeah. No, the men is it's 6 and 8. So the men are 6, the women are 8.
Okay. And they pretty much on. How do you do that with your assistants? Is it the same or different between the two teams?
The continuity is the same. It makes it much easier because you don't have to. We're all on the same page. We all have to have balance, and the kids know all of us. So it's not like you have to go to one person or the other. We all know everyone, and the volleyball teams are really close as well.
Let's see here. Big weekend coming up in the GLVC, and you're over to Missouri.
Oh, yeah. We're going to head over to always a tough foe and Rockhurst. And William Jewell, a couple years ago, we took a loss there, and it's not an easy weekend. Here we're going to have to take it one match at a time. We play William Jewell on Friday, and then Rockhurst, who's the Final Four team, on Saturday. So we're going to just kind of see how we do on each match.
Rockhurst was Final Four. It'd be nice to get on a little string here, wouldn't it? And coming off that victory last night especially. And then you finally get home, so that's good. But, yeah, those travels, man, so you'll have them prepared and ready to go there. Hey, who do I hear in the background? I think the last time we had you on, which was probably in the spring, you have to refresh. Is that a little boy or a little girl? Nikki, I I'm getting.
It's my son. It seems to be my son Micah. He's 8, and
He's 8. Okay.
It seems to. Oh yeah, it seems to be. When you want to talk on the phone, they want to be in the background, but when you're not doing anything, they want to be on their own. They leave you alone. So he likes to be involved as well.
I believe that's how I was too. But yeah, I remember hearing somebody last year too during one of the, and that's fine. A little background's good. So I mean, he's not getting in any trouble, is he? Sort of, maybe.
Or at least not yet. He's your typical boy, and he's running around outside throwing sticks.
Of course. Why not? Okay. Well, buy him a rubber ball or something. Come on, Nikki. Okay.
Oh, there's plenty of those laying around.
Yeah, chances are. All right. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll definitely speak with you later on and pile up some victories. That'd be great if you do.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
See ya.
Yeah.
Nikki Sandlin of McKendree's volleyball teams, but for now, the fall, the women, and then in the spring, it's on the men's side of the ledger. Thanks to her and also to Kevin Green from Salem High, Garrett Croney on scores and stuff. Saturday's wide open now. Next Monday, one of our guests, Brian Dinkman. Next Wednesday, Weston volleyball coach Becky Musso. On and on it rolls. We'll see you Saturday morning between 9 and 10 on Talking Sports, Real Sports Talk on Max 96.7 Wcxo.
Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7 was powered by Hoffman Supermarket, the only choice for quality meats and friendly service. Talkin' Sports was brought to you by Munkin Dodge Chrysler Jeep Nissan in Centralia. Kaskaskia College, the future's yours at Kaskaskia College. Emin Insurance Agency in Carlisle. Farmers State Bank of Hoffman, Central City and Hoyleton. McKendree University in Lebanon. Ideal Home Solutions in Trenton. Farmers State Bank Insurance Department in Hoffman. Sieber Brothers in Carlisle. 12 Oaks Vineyard in rural Carlisle. And by Becker Jewelers with locations in Breeze and Highland and always online at beckerjewelers.com. Thank you for joining us for this WCXO sports presentation of Talkin' Sports on Max 96.7.